You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tonya Mazurek.
And welcome to SBA Today, presented by Res Title, your SBA title experts for the week of November. Good God, November 4th. I am Paul. I know.
And I'm Tonya. And today we've got a special guest. But prior to that.
Well, hey, okay. So first of all, I just want to apologize to everybody. Tonya can talk this week.
Oh my God,
I'm
barely.
Really sorry about that.
Oh, whatever. I don't think anybody else is sorry about that, Paul. I think they were like, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You know what's funny is at Nagel, I got to see what an introvert might feel like because I kind of sat there and listened. Weird.
You didn't like that, did you?
It was
were you like twitching? Yeah.
I was twitching. I was like, I got a twitch. I got a little tick. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to get on my soapbox right off the bat. Mm-hmm. I am PO'd, and I'm being very nice because I can't use the words that I really want to say. This is crazy, cray-cray, ridiculous, wild, bizarre, unreasonable, insane that we are still closed.
Yeah.
I am getting angry that this blame game that keeps on happening. We hear things on, I don't care what side of the politics you're on. This is not a politics show, but I think I can speak for the majority of SBA lenders, and that is open the freaking government. Okay. Yep. Stop the blame, the TSA stuff, the news channels, finger pointing. We elected you to solve problems. Mm-hmm. Solve the beep problem. Okay. We have customers, members that we need to help. We have business owners that need capital to buy a business, to fund their business, to grow their business. And if the economy is so important, open the damn government so we can get money out.
He said, damn.
Yeah, that's rated G compared to what I normally say.
I think, well, what we're saying behind the scenes, it's definitely rated G because I think you forgot ludicrous. This is ludicrous. People need to learn to play nice in the sandbox. And I think the challenge with this is everybody, both sides trying to get their daggum platforms together. What they are doing is creating a problem for every other person out there. Everyone. Guys, you might not think it affects you. Guaranteed 100% it affects you. It's coming down the line. We don't even know what's coming from this. So open the darn government. But
we have to get this done.
But because you just made my blood pressure raise. And y'all know I like positive. I'm kidding. So let's move on to a more upbeat conversation. I have Paul loves to laugh at me on that. Connection. All right. Connection. Connection is the heartbeat of our industry. Okay. It's what turns.
Unless you're in government. Sorry.
Well, it's our industry.
Oh, our industry. Got it. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
It's okay. It's what turns transactions into relationships and coworkers into teammates. This week, we're talking about the power of connection and what happens when leaders, give others the wings to fly. That's going to be a big one for me. You'll find out why. One of these leaders is joining us today, Stephanie Dunn. Stephanie Dunn, welcome. All right. Where's our Stephanie? We're going to bring her on real quick.
Oh, there she is.
Hello.
Hi. You guys are cray-cray, man. My heartbeat is racing. Whew.
I'm telling
you too. You're the best. I'll tell you what, you get me jazzed up. What are we talking about?
Well, Stephanie, today we're going to talk about connection. And prior to even getting started with that, we are going to show a little slideshow of what my camera caught at Nagel. So Paul did not use his camera. It's mine. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Was there music?
There was.
Do you want me to sing?
Well, there was music.
In the arms of an angel.
Basically, exactly. Basically, what this is, guys, is this is just connection. It's showing pictures of what it looks like when you send your teams, when you show up, when you come to a conference, right? It's more than just showing up for what they're teaching or showing up for what you're going to learn. What you get is the connection of people. All of these are people that I have either been in business with for a long time or I met for the first time after how many years in business. The other part about this, right? A lot of these are my team members. A lot of these are lenders, brokers, borrowers, you name it. They're all there. You see our Stephanie, right? But I guess what I really wanted to show in this is the thing that you get, as Paul and I discovered when we were there and we did our podcast from Nagel. What we saw is that people all said that what they got from Nagel is connection. Everyone we asked, which was so crazy, right, Paul? So I don't know. What do you guys have to say about connection?
Well, go for it, Stephanie. You are the guest.
I'll tell you what. The interesting thing about Nagel is it's the only, for me anyways, bank conference I go to every year. Everything else that I do throughout the year is broker conferences, industry conferences, and so I'm out there always networking with clients and referral sources and partners and so forth. But the interesting thing is we need to do more networking amongst us. You're right. Our microcosm here of professionals and colleagues and comrades. I mean, we all need to be networking together more just because we help each other out.
So what you're saying, Stephanie, is collaboration between lenders, brokers, partners ultimately helps a small business. That's what I'm hearing.
Exactly. And us in the room help collaborate on how to help more businesses.
Right.
And don't forget vendors. Because vendors play such a huge role. I mean, in my day, I probably talked to a couple vendors a day for things just because of my role. But man, it's so awesome to be able to see them and, hey, shoot a quick little message. Hey, do you know anything about this? Or can you help with this or whatever? Those are the connections that make things move along. Man, the relationships is how you get out of a tough situation, right? Tonya wouldn't know anything about that.
Right? No, I would not. Not at all. Anyway, so one thing that I see, and I think that people don't recognize, and I know I had this, like, let's say with my previous institution, right? I was with them 8 years. And for 8 years, I wanted to go to Nagel. And for 8 years, I was told no, right? They didn't see the same value in sending their upfront parties, their loan officers, their managers and whatnot to an industry conference. And I think that's a disservice in so many ways, both to the company as well as to those that are in the industry, those that wanted to meet so that we could build, I guess, collaboration instead of competition. And I think that's the big thing in the SBA industry is you get there and you recognize we're all on the same team, right? And if we're not, we should be, because that's what helps small business. So Stephanie, I came over with you because I love her. She is the boss with the most in the Anyway, and she absolutely, I asked her to come. I wanted to go to Nagel. I've been there, 3 months now? And she immediately was like, absolutely, you should be there. Now, talk on that a bit, Stephanie, because I'm very happy.
Man. I'm about to get controversial. We're doing this.
I love it.
Do it.
Okay, so we're gonna maybe tick some people off, but my theory on, and maybe you share the same theory. The reason why they don't want to send us to Nagel because of an insecurity that we'll get poached to go somewhere else.
100%. I believe that. I do believe that.
And how sad is that? Could you imagine if your spouse didn't let you leave the house because they were too afraid you'd get poached by someone else? Come on, what are we doing? Like,
life does that every day.
Yeah, well, I know. Poor you, Paul.
You should have. Okay, to Paul's wife. Oh, he had them all hanging all over him at Nagel.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the reason. But you know what? If you're a secure and confident leader and you empower your people, you should empower your people to go out and network and create relationships and alliances that better your organization. Like if we hold ourselves back, we're never going to grow and never going to become better as an organization. So I think that it's time now for everyone to let go of those insecurities. And I mean, there's strength in numbers, right? Strength in numbers. And talking about those vendors, 1,000%. You know, you do that old saying, People do business with those they like. So when you go to these events, you create friendships and these relationships and these connections. And guess what? Now, when we go back to work and we're back to the grind now for the next 11 months, we're going to remember those relationships that we formed, and we're going to want to do business with those guys and gals and those vendors and vice versa. Hey, guess what? Vice versa. These closing attorneys are responding quicker because they're like, hey, Steph, it was so great hanging out with you. Like, that's real life, guys. It's not preferential treatment, and it's not favoritism. It's real life. You do business with people you like.
And sorry, go ahead, Tonya.
You go, Paul. No.
I was going to say, there are so many people at that conference that, like, for example, man, I have this really random question. One thing I love, Region 10, shout out to Region 10. We get together as a Region 10 group anytime we go to NAGL. And I don't know a lot of other regions that get together there. And it was just the entire room of our competitors we compete with in our backyard. And we are total friends. We are talking about things. We are, hey, did you learn about this? Or have you ever done anything like this? And I email them random questions all the time. It's so nice to get a third party's opinion on certain things to make sure you're doing things right. That's so valuable, way more than paying the fee to go. That's a drop in the pond.
I think the authenticity that comes from it, right? The being in person, the seeing them, not just through a screen. I mean, God, guys, we've got so many screens these days that we can look through, and so many filters, right? To see somebody in person, to see who they really are. That's the connection. Y'all know I love connection, right? Authenticity, transparency, all that. How better to have that? How better to build loyalty that you are who you say you are, because you get in front of somebody, like togetherness, not even just the people we see, right? Our teams. I went with a large team. There was 8 of us there, Steph?
Yeah. We had a big group.
We had a very large group, and there was also a connection and a team and a loyalty that was built within those walls as well, to get to participate in this respect. And it was credit, it was underwriting, it was the sales force, it was the back end, it was operations and closings. Think about this. Everybody says, right, that the front end doesn't care for or doesn't work well or doesn't like their back end. Baloney. I call bullshit, excuse my language, on that one, because that's not how it is. It's coming together like this and seeing the other. It builds a connection. You can talk to each other differently, right? You can connect differently as you're working a deal through the system. Anyway, okay, soapbox.
Yeah. And, I think about what we do, and I used to say this all the time to folks that work with me. We are all professional athletes, and we are performing at the highest level. We are high performing athletes, right? And let's say we're all performing here in the NFL. We may be on different teams, but we're all playing the same sport. We're all playing for the same league, and we all have a common goal to make that league successful and to do what we need to do our jobs and do it at the highest level, right? So going to these events, the reality is this: professional athletes, they do get traded. And you have to have relationships, because we're in this for the long haul. For the most part, I call SBA Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. Because you're in this business for life, man. And guess what? We spend more time together than we do with our families. So let's love and appreciate each other and help each other. And the day is just so much better when you enjoy the people around you and you know them. And you're right, like the connections you make, you can't do that on Zoom or on a call. You have to hang out in person, and you have to break bread, and all those old fashioned ways of building relationships. I say all the time, they're making a comeback, man. The Zoom meetings are just not the same.
Oh, God, no. I mean, there you feel an energy, and y'all know I'm all about energy too, but it's what I say is empowering others does not create risk. In fact, it creates strength. It creates a bond, right? And bonds are much harder to be broken than, some phone call or whatnot. But I don't know. Okay, so what is the ripple effect? Stephanie, Paul, either of you, the ripple effect when leaders lift instead of limit. And this comes back to sending your people.
Paul, you want to take it?
I mean, that was actually really well worded. I was kind of blown away by that statement because I was just like, wow, that's impactful. Leaders, when I think of, CEOs and chief lending officers and those people that are out there, again, I've worked for some smaller institutions, and it took some arm wrestling to go to a conference or something like that. And, you can blame it on money. But I guarantee they waste more money than it would to cost you to go to something like this. But it's the level of education, and just like we talked about, giving your team members the education and the extra lift to make them better. And for those who give those opportunities to others, not only are you a good leader for doing that, but you're helping people grow. And isn't that what leadership is? And it's just, it's critical. You got to bring somebody along with you.
It creates loyalty, creativity, and innovation across the board. If only we all knew it, and if only we all did it. Anyway, Stephanie, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, interestingly enough, I've worked for great leaders and I've worked for not so great leaders. So, as you spend more and more time working on this craft, we get to experience the difference. And to me, the definition of a great leader is someone who gives you all the tools you need and then paves the way for you to just go run. So you have to be that one that gives them the stage and let them go perform. Because when you believe in your team and the team feels it, it's so empowering. I mean, there's nothing better than feeling trusted, empowered, and ready to go, right? You perform better. I say all the time too, it elevates the game. Like pick up basketball. Guess what? If you play with a bunch of amazing NBA players, you will play better. And I think it's scientifically proven. They say when you sit within 10 feet of a high performer, it elevates your game by 25%. There's a statistic there.
Right. So I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it? I mean, that's what they say in general. The five closest people that you hang out with is who you become. It's the same thing in our personal lives as well as in our business lives, right? If we are hanging out with those that are elevating us to the next level, right? Guess what? We're going to elevate. So the leaders that are recognizing this with their people, the team members that are recognizing this with their colleagues, right? We're elevating. We're not competing against each other. We're not competing to be the next one rising or the only one rising. We are rising together. And anytime somebody rises together, or a team or a company rises together, hey, that's a win-win across the board for everybody.
So does that mean because I spend so much time around you, Tonya, that I'm going to become more positive?
Yes, and that's why you're more empathetic.
Already have been. You already have.
No!
You have. Yeah.
Don't you feel so much smarter right now? You have two women that are
I know.
I know.
Am I feeling so smart right now? Now you know.
That's awesome.
Well, or are you feeling, a few internal estrogen pains? I mean,
with some Hallmark, I'm there, man.
Right.
Oh my God. So Stephanie, I told Paul during COVID, because everything was just so crazy negative, all I would watch was Hallmark during that time. And everybody's like, what is wrong with you? Why won't you watch the news? Or I was like, because it's awful. It's horrible. I can't change it. I don't want to be in that negativity. And Hallmark, guess what? Yes, it's the same daggum story. I know exactly how it's ending, and it's positive.
It's the best. It's the best. I still watch it every day. Hey, you know what?
I do too.
On that note, I'm going to tell you what. When I came back from Nagel, it was late. It was I got home at midnight, but I was energized. You know why? Because the government shut down. I sit here in my home office and I watch the news and I'm bummed because it's depressing. But coming back from Nagel, I was walking that floor. The government shut down, but man, we're out there still killing it. People are out there killing it and doing it. And when you're in a room full of doers, you're like, man, we're going to do. I want to do stuff too. So it was energizing.
It was energizing.
Amen.
Agree. Totally.
Well, close us down, Tonya. That was amazing.
Wait,
well, I mean,
hold on.
Our moose. We got attacked by a moose.
Oh my God. I don't know if there was a picture in there, but y'all have to go. Okay, no. Check this out. So Stephanie and I, because we're crazy like this, and her even more so than me, because she was from East Coast time. Well, actually, I was too at the same time. Anyway, we got up early to do the walk, right, with others at the conference. So we all met at the bridge there at the Broadmoor before the sun came up with little light bulbs and all this, and we're walking. Well, Stephanie was a little bit later behind us. She had like a mile trek, I swear, to get from her cottage to where we were. So we're walking. We're standing there and we're looking at a very large deer with a very large rack, but it's a deer. So Steph walks up and she's like, "Oh my God, is anybody seeing this? Are you seeing the moose?"
Moose is like, oh yeah.
It is so not a moose. It is so a deer.
That's a big
Look.
Moose. It is a deer. I know these things. All right.
Oh, it was awesome. It was, I did tell her that I think that was going to be my favorite saying. Did you see the moose?
No, I'm like, is anyone else concerned with that big moose that is 2 feet from us right now? And I was like,
they're friendly. There was animals all around that would just walk up and look at you, and like they were the most personable animals on earth.
The animal. Paul's the animal.
Where I'm from, the moose charge. Okay, I'm like, I don't know about you, but I'm out of here.
Oh my God. It was awesome. It was awesome. But it was a great walk. Yeah, we got much done. Anyway, I want to encourage everybody to reach out, connect, and support each other, especially during these challenging times like the shutdown, right? So we wanted to make sure that we ended on that note, that part of this going to the conference actually is, yes, getting us all reconnected and involved so that we can help the borrowers. And the whole point behind everything that we do, right, is helping the borrowers and small businesses out there. So everybody connect, everybody, recognize, yes, there's a shutdown going on, but hey, lift each other up and let's try to get through it together. Anyway, don't forget we're live on Tuesday mornings right here on LinkedIn and YouTube or any of your streaming platforms if you don't want to see us, which I think you're missing out if you do that, but that's just me. Anyway, go and check out any of our previous episodes, as well as the video show and the final episodes of The Art of SBA Lending. Ray is shutting it down. Also, if you need title work, go check out Res Title. If you have questions, connect with Paul or I. Share, guys, share, because a lot of people don't even know what we're doing here. Many do, which I had no idea. We found that out. Because
sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. And yeah, I mean, come on. We're not trying to compete here. We're just trying to get some news out. Anyway, share. Go to our LinkedIn pages if you want. Subscribe, right? Never miss an episode. Anyway, enjoy your week. If no one's told you lately, we think you're amazing. So go get to connecting.
Ooh, good.
See you guys.
See you guys later.
Bye.